Hey guys, it's Marine here. In case you didn't know, I did change my name. I am no longer the Marine 0341. I am now just Marine. This is a name I wanted originally when I got into this game, but at the time it was taken. And so I went with the Marine 0341, and in game people just call me Marine. So went with it. Anyway, wanted to do a very quick review and demo of the Stug 4. So what I've done is I've completed the 4 missions of the first stage for the Stug to eventually get up to the object 260. And so now, since I've completed that, I've completed 4 of the possible 5 missions. The final mission with honors. So, as you can see, I just have light tank 15, but I did already get this tank. So let's take a real quick look at it. Now, it did come with a 100% crew, but I just put that crew into my garage, and I used my Rumba crew. It's not ideally set up. This crew was actually previously in the JGT-88, and so I favored repairs since I use it more as an assault vehicle, which may explain some of the issues I'm having with this tank, but get to that further on. As you can see, it features a 7.5 with standard ammo. It has 110 millimeters penetration. With APCR, it has 158, and with HE, it has 38 millimeters penetration. The accuracy is 0.35 meters dispersion at 100 meters, and it aims in 1.6 seconds. The view range is 310. With the current screw seals that I have, 320 when moving, and I currently have binoculars on this tank, and so when I'm sitting still in a bush, I have 410 meters view range. As far as equipment, I have vents, rammer, binocs. As far as ammunition loadout, I have 40 AP, 19 APCR, 2 HE. This ammo loadout I'm still experimenting with. I've only played a few games in this thing, and I'm having a really rough time with it as far as penetration goes. 110 at tier 5 is okay, but that's more like what you'd find on a tier 5 medium tank, not your typical tier 5 tank destroyer. For example, let's look at the tech tree for Germany. And for example, the PZSFL. It features a gun that has 194 millimeters of penetration. And let's see, where is the other tank destroyer? The Stug 3G. It features a gun with 150 millimeters of penetration, which for a tier 5 tank destroyer is not half bad. However, this has this gun on here. It is a gun before the upgraded 7.5 centimeter. And so it has a very lackluster gun. The view range is okay, and the DPM is actually not too bad. Going back to the gun, I can fire 16.22 rounds per minute. However, because of the lack of penetration, it just feels very, very poor. Overall, I really am disappointed by this tank. If it featured the same gun that the Stug 3G has, I feel like it'd be much more competitive. However, this doesn't get sheltered matchmaking. It can see tier 7s, and so I'm actually, if I do decide to keep this tank as a crew trainer, I may go ahead and honestly just shoot mostly APCR in this, just so I can match the penetration of the Stug 3G. I'm really not thrilled by this tank, and I'm sure that it can be capable in the right situations. However, it just does not mesh with my playstyle. I'm more of in-your-face assaulter, whereas this tank's playstyle really caters to someone who is much more able to maintain distance from the enemy and work the angles for flanking by fire, essentially. As far as hull armor goes, it has 80 in the front, 30 in the sides, 20 in the rear. And so what the 30 at the sides means, any gun which is 90 millimeters or greater, it will auto pen the flank and the sides. In the front, the armor is acceptable. I would have to open up Tank Inspector to really get a good look at it, but really don't expect to balance much with this tank. Anyway, this is a very quick review of this thing. I'm going to get this into some gameplay now.
Penetration. Permission to engage. Enemy is hit. Bail out. This vehicle has had it.
Alright, get into gameplay. The map is Karelia, and we're going to go to more of the typical area for this tank, which is over here in the map where you get longer sight lines. I am currently top tier, which isn't bad for this tank, but again, I'm not very good with the whole camouflage sniping deal. Now, tier 5s can be tricky. I'm used to the higher tier meta, which often has a lot more tanks in this area with only a few spotters over here. As you can see, none of our guys made it up to the hill, and so I'm going to get down here to this area so I can shoot up at them.
Target acquired. Target lost.
As you can see, that PZ-38 was able to penetrate me pretty easily, and of course, you know, already.
Penetration. Penetration.
Gotta get out of here.
Ready to fire. Gotcha.
As you can see, I do like to use auto aim. I'm going to switch back to APCR.
Target acquired. Enemy vehicle destroyed. We've lost the track. Target acquired. Target released.
Be nice if I could get some help up here. As you can see, I'm not the greatest at camping. So what I'm going to do now is wait till I go dark. Alright, so the Stug 4, he moved on. I don't think this tank has the speed to flex back. Yeah, I won't, unfortunately. It's one of the more frustrating things about this tier.
Ready to fire. Enemy is hit. Got him.
As you can see, he already really wants me.
Ready to fire. Penetration. destroyed. Bail out. This vehicle has had it.
Well, this has been a tank of fail, so without further ado. Send to barracks, demount, demount, details, sell. And voila, no regrets.